We talked about Burrow. We talked about Richardson. Let's take a look at the comeback player of the year odds. Last year, Damar Hamlin was the odds-on favorite until people started to realize, well, he really isn't playing very much. He's a player, and he came back from literally dying on the field. But there's a certain amount of actual playing that is implied in recovering to win it. I still don't think it should have been Joe Flacco. I think it should have been Baker Mayfield, and we do have votes on it, but there's 50 in all. I still don't like betting on this just because it's not based on anything that happens on the field, but it's available.
Yeah.
You want to go out, and you want to put down some money now, and it's really a guess right now because we got a lot of season to play. Aaron Rodgers, the favorite at plus 100, courtesy of the DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm surprised, but I'm not because it's all about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I want to see him stay healthy for more than 4 snaps. There's nothing that makes me believe he's going to go wire to wire, but the people placing the bets so far do, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. And, usually, you stay healthy. They got a good football team, right? It makes sense, that pick. I mean, those top 4 right there, you certainly could sit there and go, well, I could see an easy path for any of those top 4 guys, and Kirk Cousins, Richardson, or Burrow to be comeback player of the year. And then, you got, Deshaun Watson on there for, what is this, the 4th consecutive year in a row? He's on the comeback player of the year list here. That's crazy in itself. What a big year it is for Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. I mean, it's a huge year. And then Nick Chubb, who we know before his injury was, the best running back in football, one of the top 2 or 3, and that was a nasty injury. Can he rebound and look anything the same as what he used to look like?
I'm looking at other odds farther down the stack that didn't make it onto the full screen because they're long odds out there. The one that I'm fascinated by, I mean, if we're just going to throw a dart in May,
right,
when we have no idea how the season's going to play out, I see Russell Wilson at plus 1,200. He was on the graphic. How about Justin Fields at 40-1? Because I still think Justin Fields could be the week 1 starter in Pittsburgh. Pole position doesn't mean crap to me. How many guys start in pole position and still lose the race? And those are the words that Mike Tomlin used a month and a half ago, that Russell Wilson's in pole position to be the starter.
Yeah.
Is it crazy to think Fields can't beat him out?
I know.
I think he can beat him out.
I don't think it's crazy. I think he's going to have to overcome obstacles to make that happen to start the year. I do. I think that Russell will be in the proverbial leader house, as all the great ones say, as far as that's concerned. And, right, I feel like, Tomlin's going to do his best to make it competitive, but I would think he doesn't want to make this the story. He doesn't want this to be overtake their football team and be that. Right, so I feel like it'll be Russell Wilson, but if he struggles and Justin Fields thrives, it's not going to be like, oh, well, we said before the year, you're starting, Russell. I'm with you there. If it's like, oh, man, it doesn't look very good, and Fields is out there making plays and throws and everything like that, then yes. But I think they're going to go into the year thinking, hoping, trying to frame it around Russell Wilson's our quarterback, and they'll go from there.
The thing about comeback player of the year, there is no definition. There are no rules. It can be all sorts of things. Coming back from injury, coming back from
sucking,
a dip in your career, coming back from never being any good.
Right.
Never. I mean, it's just, you finally arrived. Where are you coming back from? I was never here. I'm finally here. So I'm comeback player of the year. When Matthew Stafford won, that's kind of what it was. He finally became the guy that he was expected to be when he was the first overall pick in the draft out of Georgia in 2009. So, hey, how about comeback player of the year? The AP, I'm told, has been considering separate category for most improved player, and along with that, more defined what it takes to be comeback player of the year.
Gotcha.
That hasn't happened. And I think one of their concerns is the overlap of betting. And justifiably, I'm not saying they're being, unreasonable. They're concerned about the integrity of these wagers. So if you're going to change the rules, you got to change it just as the awards are being handed out for last year, because the betting starts instantaneously on next year. We're already taking action on comeback player of the year. How can the AP, what's the AP going to do? We're going to completely change the rules and create a new category now once people have put money down. So this overlap of wagering with the awards that people vote on and the rules for what the awards are, I think that's left the AP a little bit wobbly, understandably so, trying to figure out how to change things without compromising the integrity of the wagers that have already been placed.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it makes sense for them to maybe be a little more detailed with, this little category and the NFL awards. I would understand that as well. It does seem very open for what comeback player of the year can be.
And I really do think a lot of people were stunned last year that DeMar Hamlin didn't win and that Joe Flacco did when he came back from the couch and he played. I mean, it really doesn't fit the typical comeback story. It's a different comeback. It's 5 games in all, but that's the thing. Comeback is in the eye of the beholder. There isn't an accepted definition, and I think the AP would like to fix that. They're just not quite sure how, and I think part of it, too, is the more you try to define it, the murkier it might get. All right, nothing murky about the reality that you put the name down on the ticket. If it pays off, you win, and that's how it works. And if you want to wager on that in states where it's available, you can. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NBA, and during the playoffs, new customers can bet $5 and pocket $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app and use promo code PFTLive when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.